Dale stumbled out of the room, unaware and terrified, only to find himself in a maze of dark corridors and flickering lights. The air seemed thick, and he could still hear the haunting whispers that followed him like shadows. As he navigated through the complex halls, Dale couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister hidden around every corner. Meanwhile, Robert, still shaken from the terrifying encounter with the ghostly apparition of his sister, Mary, found himself in a different part of the haunted house. The atmosphere was unbearable, and the surroundings shifted as if every walls were closing in on him. The two friends, unknowingly heading toward each other, stumbled upon a room filled with terrifying symbols and creepy messages scrawled on the walls. A sudden realization struck them as they connected the dots between the mysterious occurrences and the tragic events surrounding Mary. They discovered a series of puzzles that seemed to narrate the untold story of Robert's dark secret, the reason behind Mary's vengeful spirit. Each puzzle revealed a fragment of the past, exposing Robert's choices and actions that led to his sister's death. As they moved through the haunted house, solving puzzles that seemed to reflect the guilt and horror of the past, the whispers grew louder. Mary's voice echoed, speaking a tale of betrayal and abandonment. Finally, Robert and Dale reached a room where the fragments of the puzzles converged into a shocking disclosure. Robert confessed to Dale about a terrible secret he had kept hidden, a decision that unknowingly led to Mary's tragic accident, a secret he could never forgive himself for. The room began to shake, and the air became suffocating. The walls seemed to close in as Mary's ghostly figure started appearing before them, her eyes filled with pain and rage. She accused Robert of betrayal, condemning him for abandoning her in her time of need. As Robert and Dale ran from there and went deeper into the haunted house, the atmosphere grew increasingly uncomfortable. Shadows danced on the walls, and the air itself seemed to whisper evil secrets. The duo found themselves in a room graced with creepy symbols, dim by flickering candles that cast terrifying shadows. The puzzles in this room were more difficult, each one revealing a darker layer of Robert's past. As they understand the clues, the oppressive silence was shattered by haunting echoes of Mary's terrible voice.
You thought you could escape, Robert. But the truth always finds a way to claw its way to the surface.
The walls of the haunted house seemed to merge with the sinister energy. Robert and Dale uncovered a series of old photographs that took them back in the moments from Robert's past, moments he had long buried in the recesses of his mind. With every revelation, the room transformed. Ghostly spirit flickered in and out of existence, replaying the tragic events that led to Mary's death. Robert was forced to confront the consequences of his actions, reliving the pain he had caused to his sister. Dale, now realizing the magnitude of the horrors within these walls, began to feel an unseen force testing his patience. The whispers intensified, urging him to abandon Robert, to save himself from the upcoming tragedy that hidden in the shadows. The complex corridors twisted and turned, leading the duo into a place where reality itself seemed to surpass. They encountered doors that opened into rooms that defied the laws of physics, each one more nightmarish than the last. The boundaries between the living and the dead blurred as they stumbled upon ghostly spirits, trapped souls pleading for release. As the friends pressed on, they entered a chamber filled with mirrors that reflected distorted images of their own damaged faces as if they were dead. In the center of the room, a mirror stood alone, showing glimpses of a strange figure that brought a twisted resemblance to Robert. Dale was terrified and asked Robert to turn back. But Robert, full of guilt, gets driven by the need to unwrap the mysteries. The mirror broke with a loud scream. The ghostly figure of Mary shone once again. Her eyes now shows emotion of sorrow and anger.
You cannot escape your sins, Robert.
She whispered, sending currents down their spines. The room shook due to the echoes of her voice. In their insane attempt to escape, Robert and Dale stumbled upon a hidden passage, a gateway that led to a complete black well. The air became suffocating as they went into the depths, guided only by the chilling whispers that echoed through the darkness. As they reached the bottom, they found themselves in a cave chamber, a strange combination of nightmare and reality. The walls were adorned with strange depictions of Robert's past, visual of the horrors that had unfolded. Mary's voice resounded in a loudness, filling the chamber with her vengeful cry. The room seemed to vibrate with an evil energy, trapping them in an inescapable nightmare. The ghostly figures of the past surrounded them, accusing eyes fixed on Robert. The chamber began to collapse in on itself, the walls closing in. The ground shook beneath their feet, and the air grew thick with the smell of hopelessness. In their final moments of terror, Robert and Dale shared a haunting realization. The haunted house was not just a physical place. It was a manifestation of their deepest fears and darkest secrets. As the walls closed in, the darkness consumed them, leaving behind only echoes of their terrified screams. The haunted house, now devoid of any living presence, settled into a terrifying silence, waiting for the next unexpected souls to stumble upon its evil secrets.
So guys, with this tragic end, we end this story series, The Night Which Never Ends. I hope you guys like this story series. Please leave your opinion below in the comments section. So yeah, like, share, and subscribe for the next exciting story or maybe a story series.